Ask me to live, don't hold it, just say what you feel, but watch your mouth before I fly at your.
Hello. Dang, I can't. I don't know. Okay, it's coherently going through, but I don't know if it's everything sounds good. All right, I'm gonna talk now. All right, hold up. Let me just situate it. All right, so two things we're gonna talk about. Um, first thing is what we're gonna talk about. Kind of what I feel like you should be doing. Let me turn this music down. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the first thing is what you should be doing right now in my team. 2K22 my team, right? So that's the first thing we're gonna talk about. Then we're gonna look at probably these packs that just this pack that just dropped. Which is it? Or was it just a 75 list? Cause Larry Bird's new. Who else I saw? It was someone else new. Wait, hold up. I can just go to this. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, they added two because Larry was definitely not on here. Wait, what's this? What is this on? Oh, challenge. Wait, what happens if I? I'm not finna beat this for a diamond shoe, but it is only pro, so that's actually super easy. But anyways, I'm just not worth the time. This all this came out today, is why I don't know much about it. But okay, let's jump right into it, man. No more delays. Hopefully the mic is coming through clear. Hopefully there's no sound delay. I'll try to talk up just to avoid it sounding low. I know sometimes if I talk low, I'll watch the video just to check on the audio, and the audio would be like through the super almost to the ground. Like it's super hard to hear it at times, and I don't know why. And maybe that's because I could be talking low and my mic just doesn't catch it well, but. I just think that my mic just doesn't catch it well because you should be able to almost whisper to your mic and it catches it. Um, right. So I don't know what that problem is, but I'll try to talk up. But today we're like I said, we're gonna talk about what you should be doing right now in my team. So if you are okay, so I'll give it. Okay, I'll split this up. So if you're brand new, just like walking into my team, that's we'll talk about that first. And second, if you're just kind of if you probably got a decent team, maybe your team needs a little bit of work, things like that. We'll talk about that too. But first we'll talk about if you just fresh off the block, what should you be doing? What you should be playing? I think first thing you should be doing is trying to rack up some MT because cars right now are like dirt cheap, and I won't go into depth about like car what exactly are the best and cheapest budget cars because there's like 1,000 videos out there for budget balls. I haven't watched a single one this year. I just been playing the game out the way I like to play it, but there's so many. This Dale Curry, this guy's like what 97 3 or something, 95 three ball. He's just a straight up spot up shooter. He's pretty darn quick, so in open lanes he will probably beat the defenders to the rim. So I mean, he's less than 2,000. This Wendell Carter, I was using this guy on a draft, and you got I might not know what that is yet. But, draft as experienced players know what draft is, but very cheap, very good cars, decent cars. Um, don't I suggest also don't pick up any of the 2020 NBA series. There's like the best card is Curry, I believe, and he's badges. He has a ton of badges, but they're all like silver. But he has like decent stats for one of these cars because normally these cars are just so terrible compared to like a a pack card. The pack cards are almost so much better. But yeah, and then this Kevin, since he's limited, he should be solid. How many badges you got? This guy's solid, Kevin Hunter. If you see anything that's just not 22 NBA Series 1, don't pick it up. If it's cheap, and make sure you check. And then here's another easy way to kind of just check the best cards. Just go to your collection, go to premium, and then just go to the farthest you can right bottom. Bottom right, the farthest bottom right. These would be the newest sets. This is the newest two sets here. And then the next one joins, it'll be another page they add. But right here, these two are the. So you just go on here, man. You look up Troy. How much is Troy? Troy's going for under 2K. Troy's going for one. You might can find him at 1,000 if I look hard enough. Yep, he's 900 right here. He's going under 1,000. But he's gonna be probably the best Sapphire you can pick up like immediately. Oh, so is Isaac. Jonathan Isaac. He's probably not as cheap. He's probably his best. You might get him as 2,000. Yeah, his a little more expensive because I think everyone kind of is looking for that card right now. But like I said, Dale's cheaper than that Isaac, and then you have these sets here. Johnson, Kean Johnson, Kareem, whose price should probably go down in the next day or two since there's a new pack. Russo, those cards are still kind of expensive for Amethyst in my opinion, but their price will eventually go down. But here's another I know super cheap one, Jason Williams. And I know I haven't even looked at this card, but I know he probably has some nice. He has 23 badges. I bet he can shoot the ball. 80, 84. Look at his playmaking. Just complete maxed out on passing, pass accuracy, pass IQ. I'm surprised his ball handling is that low. What's his speed? 84. He's a little slow, but I mean, and then JJ, this card just came out, and he has like a 94 three ball. He has a lower three ball than Dale Curry, so that shows you who you probably should be picking up is Dale Curry. But sorry about that. Because JJ has no defense. I think that Dale Curry might have a little bit of defense. And JJ's super slow. Dale Curry, what was he, 80? Was his speed 90 or 80? I can't remember, but he was way faster than this. But JJ's straight up spot up shooter. He has all the badges for it. Probably everything you need, blinders and stuff like that. Lucky 7, set shooter, sniper, all that. Hot zone hunter. So these are pretty good cards you can grab in like the first hour or two of popping on this game if you've never played before, right? And then once you get those cards, you can play. Don't go online if you're new. Don't go online in my opinion. Play a little bit of triple threat. You'll earn a lot of MT eventually. It'll take a little bit longer, but domination I think is your quickest way to earn MT, and I just suggest just get an MT until you have at least a team with Amethyst and Rubies, because Amethyst and Rubies you can play pretty good with a team like that. Now, yeah, that's my advice. Play a little bit of domination. You get a decent amount of MT. Is you can make MT really fast on domination. Takes not much. Probably just beat the first one, and I say you just get Draymond, which could take a long time. Get Draymond, and then you should have enough MT to make a decent team, and then you won't ever have to touch an offline game mode again. Now TT all offline is always good no matter what. If you want to play this, I don't say you shouldn't. This is a good one. Domination to this point is not worth it unless you gotta skip Kuzi. Kuzi's not worth it anymore. Stoudemire is okay for the moment. He will be like literally obsolete within probably the next season for sure. Season 4, I think it's season 3 now. Yes, it's right everywhere. Iced out season 3. So yeah, so domination. I mean, if you want to, if you love just domination, yeah, go for it. But I usually don't put much time into that game mode, except for early in the year. I'll drop a little bit of time in domination. And then challenges. Sometimes you just check these. Some of these are good, some of them are not. Some of them have packs. Um, right. If you complete this whole thing, it says you get 30 tokens. And I was going to talk about tokens earlier. This one may be a little bit too long-winded of a method, but 30 is like guaranteed 30 tokens is not bad. But let me see. Are these? What is this? Okay, this is a full 5v5. But core links, if they're all just 3 minutes, then this shouldn't be too bad. You can't see past that though. If they're all 3 minute core links, this actually isn't too bad. I'll tell you that. But there's 20 challenges, so they could take quite a bit of time, and that's how you get some decent tokens right there. But you just check this periodically, and it changes every time. I think these are packs right here. Yep, it's a pack. You just beat the team, and you get a pack. You beat the team, you get a pack. Easiest way to get a pack is either locker code or doing this challenge if you don't want to pay. So you can always look up and get a player or two from a set by just simply pinning a locker code or doing one of these challenges and getting a pack. This is probably the best. I would bang for your buck. But it could really end up being. But look at their team. Oh, it won't even show me their team because this is actually triple threat, which makes it 10 times easier. Is you don't even have to play a full 5v5. You're just playing triple threat. But here, this is their team. Sometimes it's kind of hard to match up against their teams. Especially because these are the best cards in the game. But luckily, it's on pro, so you really don't have to worry too hard. Pro, they're super easy, right? All right. that's that. Challenges are worth some of them are worth doing. Just check them out, see what rewards you can get. And challenges worth doing. Domination, like I said, it's worth early if you just start the game. If you're, by the way, for any of the older players, I'm getting to you, but or current players that's a little more progressed, don't worry about domination. Please don't worry about that. Okay. So yeah, and then like I said, locker codes always appear. So make sure you know looking out for those, or follow a Twitter or Instagram account that has those, or I don't know if Facebook has those, but Twitter, Instagram, you can find an account that posts locker codes all every. You can find an account that posts those religiously. So yeah. All right. So this is kind of main bread and butter. So um new people, like I said, domination, make a little bit of MT, and at this point you can build a pretty solid amethyst ruby team for cheap. No need to even, break the bank. So probably once you get 6, 7K, like how much, just get how much MT I got right now, you should better make a solid team. You should better make a solid team. All right. So everyone else and new players after you get experience. This is what we're gonna talk about now. Let me tell you what game modes are worth doing, what's not worth doing. All right. So if you are a skilled player who doesn't need a good team to be great, draft mode is for you. Hold on, and I'll go in order actually. As to is it worth doing or not? No, I'm gonna just tell you what the best bang. I'm gonna tell you the best bang for your buck, and then I'll go through the ones and everything else. All right, so best bang for your buck. First two that pop in my mind is draft and triple threat. Draft is you just draft your team. You draft with we'll just use my last one that I got on here. Draft, you draft the team and then against other people who so um this one I wish I was in one what the progression looks like. But you have your team. You draft a team, you open the packs, you flip the cards, right? If anyone's ever done draft, you know the routine. But you get rewards based off of how many wins you get with that team. So you get like 10 wins, you get like I can't how many was it? 30 something I think picks on the board. You get 30 picks on the ascension board to get the draft reward. Um Yesterday I played draft and I want to say 6 wins. I didn't get to 10. I got 6 wins, and I still managed to get the draft reward. Draft reward, Andre Drummond. So it doesn't even take a lot of wins. If you can look up pretty easily on here, and if you just hit the right score, and you can max out and get every single pick possible, but you may not pull that draft reward. But there's a good chance if you just get a decent amount, 5, 6, 7 wins. You don't need the full 10. The first time I ever did draft, I got 10 wins, and I was able to get the draft reward too. So this is my have I gotten the draft reward every single time this year? Draft reward. This is the very first one. Uh, Secondly, okay, I have every single draft reward possible. So, and I play draft usually like one time a season, and that's I just play one time and get that draft reward. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward method. If you get your pink diamond, you get a pink diamond, and secondly, you're playing with a team you don't have to spend contracts on. So you're not wasting money or MT. So after the draft, once you're selecting all these picks and things like that, you're gonna rack up on a decent bit of MT on that. You're gonna rack up on packs. You're gonna rack up on shoes, and things like that. Some things a little bit less relevant like shoes, but you get some players, you get a decent amount of packs, you just get a lot. But basically, in my opinion, it's a free game mode. You're not paying for contracts. The rest of these are not free game modes unless you have a diamond contract, which is rough to come by. But draft is your best bang for your buck because you're essentially playing for free. That's as simple as that. Even on domination, you're not playing for free. You have to buy contract. You make a decent amount from every game, MT. But other than that, and then you get like MT from some of the rewards you get MT from, like all time actually is a decent money. No, not all time. I think the initial one did. Which it was one of these that gave you 1,000 every time you won. I thought. Which one was that? Oh, okay. Hold up. I gotta go back. I gotta actually click on it. Okay, yeah. You get 1,000 every time you win MT. So this was like a really solid money method because you if you beat the team pretty bad, you're gonna make 1,000 and then you're gonna get 1,000. So yeah, it's pretty good method here. Well, I can't remember what exactly you got from these. Just a bunch of packs, yeah. But yeah, the all-time one you get actually a decent amount of MT from this one, so it's not bad to do that at all. It's kind of a throwback to the new people I was saying. If you want to build some MT real fast, just play Domination. Or yeah, I advise no one spends money in this game because it's so temporary. Like if I say, imagine I threw $100 into last year's game, it's a whole new game this year. That $100 doesn't transfer over. It does nothing for me now. It's for a literal. It's literally for a set period of time. So it's never, in my opinion, worth spending money. Because and then even those cars you just spend money to get, they're eventually gonna get replaced. If I spend money now trying to get that Larry Bird, if I try to grind for this Larry Bird and I don't, what am I like? What I mean, and I get him. He's replaced, but I spent like maybe a hundred or two trying to get this Larry Bird, and he gets replaced within the next month. So I'm already now I need a better Larry Bird in the next month. But okay, sorry. Drafts, like I said, best bang for buck. You're not paying for contracts. It's just a free game. The only thing you gotta worry about is if you got getting these tickets. Now you actually can get those, and I don't know if they have them out yet. Let me just scroll down. Not yet, but there is weekly part one. So this weekly part two should allow me to get a token or a ticket. Weekly part one, and then if you do weekly part two, you will get a to another one. I believe that's how it worked last season. If it keeps doing that, so you can constantly. So you just do this. Win triple the offline using three diamond players and score 100 points with token reward cards players over multiple clutch games. So I would end up doing this just by playing with some of my players and then get 35 rebounds with token reward. Rick. Okay, that's an interesting one. This is a very specific one. Okay, and yeah, so you do that, and then you better get another ticket, this green ticket at the bottom. So yeah, in my opinion, best bang for your buck. Man, and actually this is actually not doable. Now I think about it, this is not doable for a honestly probably not that well. Yeah, not doable for a new player at all. So you're kind of out of luck on this if you're brand new to the game, unless you get a diamond, three diamonds really quickly. But I don't really know a way to do that really fast. It might take a couple days. Especially even if you want to get some free ones like from Domination or Triple Threat, that would still take a couple of days because it's just a lot of games. Yep. But anyways, okay. Draft, like I said, best bang for your buck. And then if you're new anyway, you should already have a decent amount of these. I started off with like three or four myself, so you should have a decent amount starting off. So yeah, TT online. So this is okay. Let me make sure my mic's alright. This is the second best method in my opinion because you just if you're winning, this is a pretty good method. I have to probably win because you need ball drops. So if you're winning, and I've gotten almost all of the rewards on there too when it comes to the player rewards. I've gotten almost all of those. You get really this is the really good method to farm for tokens. You get MT from this too, especially depending on how low are the cards you're playing. If they're pretty low and you're not spending that much MT to use them, you're gonna make a decent amount of change here. Now, I will admit, back in the day, you used to could make a lot more because they used to have this wheel that would spin, and if you hit the wheel, you got MT. So you could make a lot more back in the day. This year is not. You don't build MT as quickly, but it is a steady method of gaining MT and rewards as you. So yeah, I I say this is a solid method for sure. Of getting just it's just a solid game mode. It's fun to play for me, and then also I just get good rewards from it. So it's just definitely one of those games keep in the back of your pocket. Once you get a solid team, you don't really need that great of a team. A team can do if they're good budget. So yeah, you don't need more game mode either. Steady earnings right there. Limited. Now, I would put this mode above the other two, but it only comes on the weekend, so I really can't. Oh, I forgot about clutch time. But yeah, so limited other best bang for your buck. But going, this is another skills game. Everyone's on the same playing field. Everyone has the same limitations, so we're all limited to a certain rules that we can only use certain cards. So yeah, so everyone's team's pretty much gonna be roughly the equal. Some teams will have better amethyst or ruby cards than others, or diamond cards or whatever. But for the most part, you're pretty much equal. Except for some weekends, it will give people like a really decent advantage because it'll say like you can have up to a pink diamond. And a lot of players may not have a pink diamond. But this year, I promise you, getting one is not hard. I had one within like the first week or two a game. I had that Glen. I've had this Glen Robin. I need to get rid of him by the way, but I've had this card since the game, like the first week or two of the game. Literally, I got him as soon as I played my first. I won all 10 in draft, and I got him the first week or two. That was all right. And then we have limited, like I said, was saying. And then it it's limited time as well. So what I mean is it only comes on a weekend, so you don't have this for long. But while it is here, it is one of the best game modes you could play. After every win, I dang near get a new pack to a dang near offers me a pack. So a lot of times, if I spend like a couple hours on this game, I will end up with like 10, 15 packs to open by the end of the day. So um, you can definitely earn a lot of packs and a lot of MT, a lot of tokens on here. It doesn't give you really any. It doesn't give you too many bad picks. It just usually gives you a lot of packs and a lot of MT and tokens. So if you're winning on here, and obviously you want to play for your ring, and at the end of this season you can get this limited reward. But for the most part, um, my nose is stuff healed up. All right, sorry about that. I was trying not to sniffle in the mic. All right, so yeah, limited. Um, when it comes, play it. You should have an equally fair advantage. So it comes down to skill at that point, in my opinion, for the most part. That's why I rarely lose unlimited. Because if we're talking about skill, I think I'm pretty up there. When we're talking about just having a good team that plays your play style, I'm not the I have a I just pick the best cards I can get my hands on, and I don't really necessarily have a select play style. So a lot of times that is a fault when I go against teams on unlimited. So this, in my opinion, is the worst. But I'm gonna come back to that. Clutch time. You just have a lineup of five, and you just play for 5 minutes. So one quarter, first the team with the high points wins, and you are at the top right. 5 minutes, sudden death, OT. So there's a 4 point line as well. Then for every you only have 14 seconds on the shot clock, so you have 10 less seconds than you normally would, and you only have two timeouts, which I've never even realized you had timeouts. But yeah, two timeouts and then 14 seconds on the shot clock, so you have to score really fast, which is hard for some people, easier for others. And you get a decent amount of rewards on here because you get to spin this wheel. But the problem is the wheel doesn't have too good of rewards in my opinion. So you really don't get the good rewards till you reach higher tiers, in my opinion. But hey, I don't know. I haven't put too much time into this because I wanted people to kind of. I don't know if you go against people in your tier. Like I'm in tier two, I guess, and I don't know. Yes, it's tier two right there, and I don't know if if I'm only going against other people in tier two or what. So I didn't want to rush. I had was like almost one of the first people in tier two, and I was like, I'm not playing this game no more. I'm gonna let other people catch up and get to tier two, and so I can have easier competition. I like to make my life easier on here. But yeah, so draft best bang for good. Clutch time is I would say is below limited, and it's roughly equal to triple threat. Just because if you're winning, you get this wheel spin, and you get at the end you get like you're every team wins. You're guaranteed like a really nice at the end of clutch time. You're not guaranteed that on triple threat, so that's the thing. And you could equally, I feel like equally get the same amount of rewards as you could as ball drops when that wheel spins. So in my opinion, and there's also like a ping diamond or something like that on this wheel. So it's some good rewards. I think like diamond contracts on this wheel. There's some good rewards. It's not you're never gonna land on them. It's 2K. No, the algorithm would not let you land on that stuff. But yeah, the wheel is not as random as it seems. But yeah, so I feel like and unlimited, in my opinion, is the worst because you're not really, you're really playing for the grand prize. Now there's a couple of decent prizes in between. So here, if I go ahead and win 2 games, I'll get this iced out silver pack. It's only gonna have like contracts and stuff in it, so it's not really worth the gold. You get a player, and then you get a couple of gold stuff. It's just never been worth it, to my opinion. Playing unlimited, I've just never had fun playing unlimited, even though you spend all this time building a team for you never to use it, in my opinion. So that's just me. And when it comes to unlimited, I built these teams, don't ever even go in there to use them, and it's just me. I don't know. That's just how it's been. So. But yeah, so I think that's everything, man. I made this video way longer than it needs to be, but let me also check out this Larry Bird real quick. I wanted to show him or go to him. He's the only look like the only new one. I think I saw. No, he was the only new one. Patrick Ewing and Isaiah Thomas. I think yeah, Isaiah Thomas is already there. I don't know. So he's already going for a decent price, not like crazy high. He's probably slow is always his biggest thing. A 95 speed, 94 mid range, nice. Only 45 dunking. So I mean, Larry wasn't like I don't know. I guess he was essentially Luca in my opinion, because Luca's like the most unathletic like guard we've seen. Because he's not just like he's just not that fast, and he definitely doesn't get up high. But it's just something about him. You just can't stop the guy. Like he's just. And I feel like that's the best play style. It's not if you can score effectively without being like super quick or super athletic. That's true skill right there. That's true skill. So Luca definitely has some true skill. And that's how I also kind of put Larry Bird in that same field. But I felt Larry was decently athletic. Like he was more than athletic enough. But I mean, that could just be him for being 6'9". But yeah, I feel like he definitely was more than athletic enough. But so yeah, post fade is there. Drive layup is super low. This actually is noticeably bad because you can miss driving layups if you don't have a high enough rating. So this is actually not that good to see. He might miss a couple of yellows that he should have made. But yeah, mid range 94, three ball 95. Like I said, dunk is super low. So this is probably why his value has dropped a little bit. But it's Larry Bird. He name alone would carry this guy. And um 89. Okay, his pass and playmaking solid. Ball handle was a little low, lower than Silas, sorry. And so I don't know. They did him dirty there. Defense is very average, but it's super solid. It's like 85 with um yeah, in game. If you have a defensive coach, this guy would actually be pretty much a defensive beast because he'll get like a +4 on all these stats. So he'll be pretty solid. Rebounding, who cares? But it does matter if you're playing him at the 4. I was just playing this guy at 3 because he's just so slow. But well, I mean, well, he's not slow. He's just not So yeah, and you need to at least if you're gonna play with and 6'9" isn't that small, but if you're gonna play a little undersized at your forward, they need to probably be athletic like a Zion or something. Like a what? I don't know what happened to my mic. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. It's making weird. It just made a weird noise. Hopefully everything's all right on volume, man. So like I said, 95 speed acceleration 95 speed with ball 94. I've never in my life seen a faster speed with ball than speed. I don't know if I will ever see that, but usually the speed with ball drops tremendously on bigger guards. So it's good to see Larry's speed doesn't really drop with the ball. Not guards, but just bigger players like this Salas. They're both the same height, I believe. Six. Oh, he's actually smaller. And well, that explains why some other stuff. But anyways, yeah, solid speed in my opinion. Consistency is up there, and yeah. So this very it's really bad just this carry a car like this, catch a shoot corner especially. Yeah, he's gonna be a knockdown. His really is just the most expensive spot up power forward or small forward you can get. So yeah, nothing look glorified in my opinion. But yeah, all right, that is it, guys. And look, this one because this contract's already running up in price. All right, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this was helpful. I didn't go too much in depth on every little bit of detail, but there's a lot of stuff I didn't miss. But you just gotta kind of get out there and know what you should be playing. And like I said, draft. If once you run out of tickets, I guess we don't rush this all. You know, leave a ticket for next season or something like that, just so you can get that draft reward each season. But clutch time, triple threat, online, limited and even TT, yeah, I said this, TT online draft limited, and then if you have time, play a little bit of clutch time. Clutch time is still in the works, so I don't. If if you can have a lot of just play this game and see if you can have a lot of success in this game mode, and if you can, like go for it. And by the way, losses, you have to get 3 losses in a row to lose your tier. That's not you lose 3 times, you lose your tier. So if I win, lose, win again, it resets. So I don't get you have to lose 3 times in a row is how you reset the tier. And I believe you don't I would never drop lower than this tier though. So I'm stuck here on this tier. It wouldn't make sense for me to drop because if then I would be essentially working for a award I already have, so it doesn't make sense to drop. But yeah. So, anyways, hope this was. I'm out. Real diversity. Peace.